In this video, we will explore the complex and multifaceted rise of the populist right. This movement has gained significant traction in recent years, and it is essential to understand the various factors contributing to its growth. We will delve into the historical context, the socio-economic conditions, and the political landscape that have paved the way for this phenomenon. The populist right often emphasizes traditional morals and values, which resonate with a significant portion of the population. These values include a focus on family, national identity, and a return to what is perceived as a simpler, more stable time. The populist right also believes in tighter border security and tough-on-crime policies that are popular among their base. We will examine the role of charismatic leaders who have successfully tapped into the public's discontent with the status quo. These leaders promise to restore a sense of pride and security. Additionally, we will look at the impact of globalization and technological advancements, which have led to economic uncertainties and cultural shifts, further fueling the populist right's appeal. Furthermore, we will discuss the media's role in shaping public perception and how social media platforms have become a battleground for ideological conflicts. The rise of the populist right cannot be viewed in isolation. It is part of a broader global trend that reflects deep-seated anxieties and aspirations. To better understand the rise of the populist right, let's focus on two prominent figures in Europe, Marine Le Pen of France and Viktor Orban of Hungary. Both leaders have become symbols of the populist right in their respective countries, employing distinct political strategies that resonate deeply with their supporters. Marine Le Pen, leader of the National Rally Party, has successfully rebranded the party to appeal to a broader audience. Her approach involves a strong stance on immigration, advocating for stricter border controls, and prioritizing national sovereignty. Le Pen's rhetoric often centers on protecting French identity and culture, tapping into fears of cultural erosion and economic instability. Her ability to connect with working-class voters who feel left behind by globalization has significantly bolstered her support base. Despite facing criticism and legal challenges, Le Pen's influence in French politics remains substantial, highlighting the appeal of her populist message. Viktor Orban, the Prime Minister of Hungary, has taken a different yet equally effective approach. Orban's Fidesz party has implemented policies that emphasize national security, economic independence, and traditional family values. His government has been known for its tough stance on immigration, framing it as a threat to national identity and security. Orban's use of state-controlled media to propagate his views and marginalize opposition voices has been a key element of his strategy. His leadership style, characterized by strongman tactics and a focus on nationalistic rhetoric, has not only consolidated his power but also influenced other populist movements across Europe. The public reception of these leaders varies, with supporters praising their focus on national interests and critics warning of the erosion of democratic norms and human rights. The impact of their leadership on European politics is profound, as they challenge the established political order. As we continue to explore the rise of the populist right, it is crucial to consider the broader implications of these movements. The strategies employed by Le Pen and Orban offer valuable insights into how populist leaders can galvanize public support and reshape the political landscape. Shifting our focus from Europe to South America, let's explore the leadership in Ecuador and the notable improvements made to the lives of its citizens. In recent years, Ecuador has seen significant political and social changes under the leadership of President Guillermo Lasso. Elected in 2021, Lasso has embarked on a mission to revitalize Ecuador's economy and address long-standing issues that have affected the country. Lasso's administration has prioritized economic reforms aimed at fostering growth and reducing poverty. One of his key initiatives has been to attract foreign investment by creating a more business-friendly environment. This includes reducing bureaucracy, implementing tax incentives, and promoting public-private partnerships. These efforts are designed to stimulate job creation and boost economic activity, providing new opportunities for Ecuadorians. In addition to economic reforms, Lasso has placed a strong emphasis on improving healthcare and education. The government has increased funding for public health services, expanded access to medical care, and launched vaccination campaigns to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. These measures have been instrumental in improving the overall health and well-being of the population. Education has also been a priority, with initiatives aimed at enhancing the quality of education and increasing access to schooling, especially in rural areas. Lasso's administration has worked to modernize educational infrastructure, provide digital resources, and support teacher training programs. By investing in education, the government aims to equip the younger generation with the skills needed to succeed in a rapidly changing world. However, Lasso's leadership has not been without challenges. His administration has faced criticism for its handling of the crime in Ecuador. With one of the highest crime rates in South America when he came to power, drastic measures were taken that cleaned up the country. This was seen as excessive by his critics, but was loved by his supporters, who now feel safer on the streets and in their homes. Issues such as income inequality, indigenous rights, and environmental concerns remain contentious topics that require ongoing attention and dialogue. Despite these challenges, the progress made under Lasso's leadership is evident. The efforts to revitalize the economy, improve healthcare, and enhance education have had a positive impact on the lives of many Ecuadorians. As Ecuador continues on its path of development, the leadership's ability to address these challenges and build on these achievements will be crucial. The improvements made to the lives of its citizens highlight the importance of effective governance and the potential for positive change. Stay with us as we continue to explore the dynamics of leadership and its impact on societies around the world. Now, let's turn our attention to Argentina, where a charismatic and controversial figure has been making waves in the political landscape. Javier Milei, an economist and political commentator, has captured the public's imagination with his unorthodox approach and fiery rhetoric. Milei's rise to power has been nothing short of remarkable. Milei began his journey in the public eye as an outspoken critic of traditional political parties and what he termed as the political caste. His bold and often provocative statements resonated with a population frustrated by years of economic instability and political corruption. As an advocate of libertarian economic policies, Milei's platform focused on reducing the size of government, cutting taxes, and promoting free market principles. In 2021, Milei's political career took a significant leap forward when he was elected as a national deputy in Argentina's Congress. His campaign, characterized by energetic rallies and a strong social media presence, appealed to a diverse group of voters, including the youth and disillusioned middle class. Milei's message of economic freedom and individual liberty struck a chord in a country grappling with high inflation, unemployment, and public debt. Since taking office, Milei has been a vocal advocate for sweeping economic reforms. He has pushed for deregulation, privatization of state-owned enterprises, and a reduction in public spending. These measures, he argues, are necessary to revive Argentina's struggling economy and create a more prosperous future for its citizens. Milei's policies have not been without controversy. Critics argue that his approach could lead to increased inequality and social unrest. However, his supporters believe that drastic measures are needed to break free from the cycle of economic stagnation and political corruption that has plagued Argentina for decades. Beyond economics, Milei has also made headlines for his views on social issues. He has been a staunch defender of individual freedoms, advocating for the legalization of drugs and the right to bear arms. These positions have sparked heated debates and further polarized public opinion. Despite the challenges and controversies, Milei's influence on Argentine politics cannot be ignored. His rise to power has brought new ideas and a sense of urgency to the political discourse. Whether his policies will lead to lasting positive change remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Javier Milei has reshaped the political landscape in Argentina and left an indelible mark on its history. As we conclude this chapter, we reflect on the power of leadership and the impact it can have on a nation. Milei's journey reminds us that the quest for progress is often fraught with challenges and complexities. As we shift our focus from Argentina to Canada, we encounter another influential figure shaping the political landscape. Pierre Poilievre has emerged as a significant force in Canadian politics, representing the populist right. His rise to prominence has been marked by his strong stance on economic freedom, individual rights, and a critical view of the current government's policies. From his early days as a member of parliament, Poilievre has been an outspoken advocate for conservative values and a critic of government overreach. His eloquent speeches and sharp critiques have won him a loyal following among Canadians who feel disillusioned with the status quo. One of the key moments in Poilievre's career was his vocal opposition to the government's fiscal policies. He argued that high taxes and excessive regulation were stifling economic growth and burdening ordinary Canadians. His message resonated with those who felt left behind by the country's economic policies. In addition to his economic views, Poilievre has championed individual rights and freedoms. He has been a staunch defender of free speech, property rights, and personal responsibility. These principles have formed the cornerstone of his political platform and have attracted a diverse coalition of supporters. Poilievre's rise has not been without controversy. Critics argue that his populist rhetoric can be divisive and that his policies may not address the complexities of modern governance. However, his supporters believe that his straightforward approach and commitment to conservative principles are exactly what Canada needs. Throughout his career, Poilievre has also made effective use of social media to connect with voters. His online presence has allowed him to bypass traditional media channels and speak directly to the public, further solidifying his influence. As we explore Poilievre's journey, we see a leader who is unafraid to challenge the establishment and advocate for change. Whether his vision for Canada will lead to lasting positive outcomes remains to be seen, but his impact on the political discourse is undeniable. In this chapter, we reflect on the power of populism and its ability to galvanize support in times of uncertainty. Poilievre's story reminds us that leadership comes in many forms, and that the quest for progress often requires bold ideas and unwavering conviction. Now that we have explored populism across the globe, it's time to focus on one of the most polarizing figures in recent American history, Donald Trump. Trump's rise to popularity marked a significant shift in the American political landscape, characterized by his America First agenda. His campaign and presidency were driven by a commitment to prioritize American interests above all else, resonating deeply with a substantial segment of the population. Trump's confrontational style often put him at odds with the mainstream media and the far left, who persistently challenged his policies and rhetoric. Despite the relentless scrutiny, Trump maintained a steadfast approach, using social media to bypass traditional news outlets and directly engage with his supporters. This strategy, while controversial, allowed him to cultivate a loyal base that remains influential as he runs for president again. On the economic front, Trump's administration saw significant achievements. His tax cuts and deregulatory measures were credited with spurring economic growth, reducing unemployment, and boosting the stock market. Critics argue that these policies favored the wealthy, but his supporters believe they revitalized the American economy and provided opportunities for many. In the judicial realm, Trump's appointment of 3 Supreme Court justices reshaped the highest court in the land, leaving a lasting impact on American jurisprudence. These appointments were part of a broader effort to shift the federal judiciary towards a more conservative interpretation of the Constitution. One of the most notable aspects of Trump's tenure was his foreign policy, particularly his approach to conflict and peace. Remarkably, his administration did not initiate any new wars, a departure from previous presidencies. Additionally, Trump played a pivotal role in fostering peace deals across the Middle East, including the groundbreaking Abraham Accords, which normalized relations between Israel and several Arab nations. These agreements were hailed as historic steps towards stability in a tumultuous region. As we reflect on Trump's journey, it becomes clear that his impact on American politics is profound and multifaceted. His unorthodox style and populist message have left an indelible mark, challenging the establishment and reshaping the discourse. Whether one views Trump as a champion of the people or a divisive figure, his influence cannot be denied. His story is a testament to the power of populism and its ability to resonate with those seeking change in uncertain times. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know how you feel about the video.